Welcome everyone, Marcelo is my name. Awesome to have your company. All of us should have mentors in our life. You need to find yourself a good mentor that can assist you in different things. For me, my perfume mentor is the great Michael Marzano. I discovered this great man years ago, even before the channel. Very early on, he said to me, Marcelo, you need to explore the Roja Dove's fragrances. I remember asking him why. He gave me a very long explanation. One thing that he said was, Roja is the gold platinum premium experience of anything to do with perfumery. Very early on, I fell in love with a number of different perfume houses. I was almost evangelical in my love for them. And in coming back to them, I'm like, they don't resonate for me. Whereas I bought this very early on and loved it in that very beginning. There's a video that I created gushing with love for Elysium Cologne, but yet I still use it now and still feel the same level of love and passion and joy whenever I spray this fragrance. Today what I'd like to do is give you a bit of a buying guide with the Elysiums. Are they flankers? The short answer would be yes, being that they all share the same name. But I'm going to say that each one of these are individual fragrances and each one are standalones, hence why I have all three of them. I'll also break down as to how each of them perform. And then at the end, I'm anticipating some of your questions and I will do my best to answer those because the most obvious question is, of the three, which one should I buy first? All right, let me begin. This is the very first one that I bought. Elysium Parfum Cologne. Now, one of the misconceptions that happens here is because the word cologne is in the name, people think that this is an eau de cologne. No. This is an eau de parfum, so you're getting between 15 to 20% oils. It does have potency and power, so why are we using the word cologne? Cologne also references to the fact that there are a high number of citruses, and the opening of this is a celebration of that very point. The one thing that is a common theme between the three is the grapefruit note and how that grapefruit is used in different ways. One thing that I'm not going to do today is break down notes, because the reality is I can look at all these notes within these fragrances and I find that this is true of all the Roja fragrances. What I'm seeing on paper doesn't necessarily translate in me being able to pick up these particular notes. What I will do instead is give you the feeling and the evolution of how the fragrance moves. I find that when this fragrance opens, it has this beautiful, vibrant citrus, sunshine, explosion, happiness, joy. It then moves to this herbal, floral, and then finally dries down to bright woods. And by bright woods, it never goes into anything heavy. There is a slight detection of like a birch tusk or a slight leathery tone to it, but the earliest citrus notes are still present and still playing within the fragrance, which is really impressive, being that citrus notes tend to evaporate very quickly, but it never loses its joy, the spring in its step. You do get this beautiful floral component. What exactly? I don't know. I know that they are listed lily of the valley, jasmine, rose, and things of that nature, but I don't detect any one of those particular notes other than beautiful florals that are playing in that background. This is a breezy, happy, optimistic fragrance. You're wearing a t-shirt, it is sunshine. This is a day that, and I've seen sometimes these commercials where a person's walking down the street and buckets of paint are falling but missing, a ladder falls down but it doesn't hit them, you know, all that sort of stuff. This is that fragrance. There is an optimism, there is a spring in your step when you're wearing this. The sillage and projection of this fragrance is fantastic. A lot of people complain that it doesn't have presence and power. My experience with it is when I'm wearing it, people are detecting the fragrance. I'll go one more. I love spraying this on my grandson, and when he's wearing it, he is leaving a sillage trail throughout the house, which is spectacular. If you're brand new to niche, this is an easy fragrance to enjoy. You'll quickly appreciate its beauty. Then as you migrate and you develop your nose and appreciation for other niche perfumeries, you'll come back to this and appreciate it at another level again. The next one that I bought in the Elysium lineup is the Parfum Beauhomme. Now this is now a Parfum Extrait. So you're getting a lot more oils coming through. I think the range is between 30 to 40% of oils now in the fragrance. the experience is completely different. The core structure, the DNA, is similar, and that is you'll find those beautiful citruses present in that opening. The difference is those citrus notes are a lot more overripe. Where before they were bright and sparkling, here they have a maturity to them. That grapefruit note is discernible, but those other more sparkling, sugary, sweet notes that you find in the cologne version is not present. Instead, it's heavier. There is more of a maturity to it. There's more of a masculine edge. The other thing that I love about the Parfum version is the slow evolution of these different stages of the fragrance. It does open up with a very rich, ripe citrus note. It then eventually migrates to a mossy wood, and you can almost smell the riverbank or the woodlands or the tree. You feel like you're now inside the forest with this mossy, woody elements to it. Then finally, it does dry down to more of a dry, leathery place. The fragrance has this balance between this leather note, but never animalic, always wood-like, sort of like a birch tar sort of scent profile to it. There is a sense of being lost in a forest, essentially. Elysium Parfum is my statement maker. This is my formal wear if I'm going to a function, if I'm going to a special event, if I'm going out for dinner. I feel that this fragrance has a lot more presence, has a lot more maturity. This is one where people, as they come close to me, they're detecting something with a bit more gravitas, and I think that's what I love about it. The notes are a lot more denser, a lot more richer, a lot more opulent when it comes to this particular fragrance. For me, the sillage and projection on this fragrance is a confident moderate. It has beautiful push. People are detecting this fragrance when I'm wearing it, and I'm getting 10 plus hours on skin. I always love spraying on skin. I feel that by doing so, as I move around and my body heats up, I feel that the fragrance re-emerges. The oils come in contact with me, and all of a sudden, I'm getting another beautiful cloud of this powerful and gorgeous Elysium scent. If I compare the two, Elysium Cologne and Parfum, the Cologne has this floral heart. You are detecting these beautiful florals. The elements of Elysium, that DNA is all intact, but there is this other element, this brightness. The Parfum, it's that mossy, woody component. The florals are not present. Interestingly, and as I mentioned earlier, the notes are very similar. The heart notes on both of these are identical, yet the experience is completely different. All right, last one. This is Eau Intense. Maybe I'll share the name of Elysium so you know what I'm talking about. This one was a slow burn for me. At first, I'm like, ooh, not for me. And that's because there is a super sharp green note on that opening, to the point where I thought there was a cannabis note in there. It's a really abrasive, it's in your face. It's like a citrus with claws. I've discovered that there it is. It is bada boom, baby. I found out that there's rhubarb on the opening. Where Elysium Cologne and Parfum share similar opening notes, with the difference that the Cologne is heightened when it comes to its citrus notes, here the inclusion on that opening is that green rhubarb, and you can tell. The other thing I find is that the grapefruit note has been exaggerated. So for those who love bright, strong, powerful grapefruit notes in their fragrance, then the Eau Intense is a masterpiece in that area. When this fragrance opens up, it has this aggressive, abrasive citrus note. As I mentioned earlier, it's like grapefruit with claws. It then does migrate across to more of a green woods, almost herbal-like. There's a balance between these green notes, you're getting these woody tones coming through. Finally, it settles into like a spicy earth. And by earth, like a vetiver, this vetiver green earthiness to it. I love that the playfulness that's found in Elysium Cologne has been completely removed from Eau Intense. For me, these are almost the same beans, but separated by time. For those who've seen the movie Looper, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is Elysium Cologne, and Bruce Willis, his future self, is Eau Intense. I love that in Elysium Cologne, it is optimistic. There is a vibrance. There's nothing that can go wrong when you're wearing this. And yet there's Eau Intense, a lot more mature, a lot more savvy to the things of the world and the way things work. Both are powerful masculine fragrances. One is playful, relaxed. The other, arresting, intense, but commanding its presence. On skin, I'm getting 12 plus hours, and I'll go as far as saying 24. I'll wake up in the morning, I've been wearing it the day before, and I'm still smelling all intense on me. Its sillage and projection is now into that very confident, moderate into high. People around you are detecting this fragrance, the sillage trail that you're creating. With this is magnificent. It has a lot more presence. So there you have it, the 3 beautiful Elysiums from Roja Dove. The question you're gonna ask me, which one should I buy? My response, you might get upset with me because I'm gonna say all 3. I know that you feel that this is an inconsiderate response on my behalf, but if you ask me, if you were in front of me and you ask me this question, my response would be, in time, you want to own all 3. So which one should you buy first? If you're new to niche, I would recommend to you Elysium Cologne. Great place to begin your journey. As I mentioned, that was my very first one that I purchased. To this day, and now it's been 4 or 5 years since I've had it, I still love this fragrance. In preparation for today, I've been wearing it, and the moment I spray, it instantly brings back good memories. It makes me feel happy. There is a spring in my step because of this fragrance. Next possible question is, I'm going to a special event. It's formal, I need to dress up. What should I wear? I already gave a tell. The PARFUM. This is incredible. It has great presence. It is a statement maker. It will sit on your skin. If you go to an event, you want a fragrance that will last, that will stay on you. The PARFUM does an incredible job with that. What I love about this is that it's not a room feeler. Sometimes people, when they go to these special functions, they'll wear a fragrance that is overtly loud. I don't like wearing fragrances like that unless I'm outdoors. If I'm in an outdoor area, then yes, I want a fragrance that's gonna push and be present in this large space. But if I'm at a function with lots of people, you want to be a mystery. As people come close to you, they'll detect your fragrance. And this one here has incredible presence in that regards. You're going to a job interview or you're going to something that you need to make an impression. I would go back to Elysium Cologne. This is a happy fragrance. This makes those who are around you happy also. It brings a sense of peace and calm. It will lower people's vibrations. There is a sense of joy in smelling the scent profile that this emanates. Okay, you're going to an outdoor party or an outdoor event or going to a bar. All intense. This, I love that this says, soy hombre, I'm masculine. Has presence, it commands its space, but because of that citrus grapefruit note, there still is a level of not necessarily playfulness, but it's not heavy. Whereas the Parfum has a level of seriousness about it, the All Intense still has great presence, still has great gravitas, but in a much more relaxed manner. The other great thing is that this will last on your skin, as I said, 10, 12 hours. So it will last you throughout the evening comfortably. I'm going into summertime. I need something vibrant. Then I'd recommend to you either the Cologne or the All Intense. Both are fantastic as summer fragrances. Don't underestimate the Cologne. Some people think that they sweat it off. You can detect it on skin. Again, it's 6 hours, so you are getting a little bit less, but the presence of the fragrance is fantastic. If you're gonna be out all day, then the All Intense will be the perfect one for you over that summer period. All right, I'm going into winter. Which one should I get? It's obvious that I'm gonna say the Parfum. Again, the oils here are a lot denser. You'll find that it has great presence. The deeper woods, the leathery tones, the mossiness of it is beautiful over a winter period. You can comfortably use it I don't recommend you use it as an office fragrance. It's too beautiful, it's too divine. As a going out to somewhere special, then I'd recommend to you this one here. If you do want to wear a winter fragrance, then I would recommend to you All Intense. This one here would be perfect for the winter time also. Those deeper notes would be perfect over those cooler months. Boom, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed that. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all things Roja Dove. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these Elysiums here. Do you feel like one is enough, or are all 3 something that would be valuable to anybody's collection? But that's my take. What's your thoughts? I do look forward to reading your comments, and I'll see you guys all on the next episode.